Good morning, guys. It is October 6th on a Monday. It is currently 9:09, so not at the charts late at all today, sort of. I might be trying to do something a little bit different today. So, it is a Monday, which typically means price can do some weird things. We should have a new week opening gap. I'm trying to see. So let's see, Friday, Monday. Okay. So Friday typically ends at 3:30. I think I have to go back to. Wait a minute, like 4 hour? Because I'm pretty sure it actually ends at 4 something. Let's see. Yeah, it ends at 4 o'clock. So this one should end at 4 o'clock, right? So, I believe it is. So this is kind of weird. I'm still like confused as to how to label these new week opening gaps. So you guys are gonna kind of learn with me, right? So the close was here and the open was here. So I believe we're gonna have the open's gonna be here. I should probably use a array, right, here we go. Alright, and then let's label it new. Okay, wait. So October 6, 2025. New week opening gap. Okay. So we don't have 9:30 yet. So anyway, so in the meantime, we can just do. Oh wow, the new week opening gap is way. Ooh, we'll have to see where that. Because right now, the start of the new week opening gap is below us. So we might be taking shorts today. Potentially. We'll have to see. Or not. But right now, it's below us. So technically, new week opening gap. Would this be like. This would be the open. New week opening gap. Wait. Or technically, it's the close. Okay, you know what? You know, I'll leave it because I actually don't know if it's the low or the high. I don't think necessarily open or close matters as much as maybe like. Anyways, we have to do our normal analysis. So I think I should be on electronic trading hours, I believe. What the hell is that? Okay, I'm pretty sure it's electronic trading hours. Should be some normal stuff. We're at all-time highs. Alrighty. So, right off the bat, we have this fair value gap. Where is my... Alright, you know what? Let's just use this. Let's title this as daily fair value gap. Oh my gosh, are we I don't know why TradingView is doing this, but it will like, it's delayed for some reason. Maybe it's my computer, I need to restart it, I'm not sure, but that's kind of annoying. So we have a daily fair value gap. Friday's candle, we already took out the high, so we don't really need to outline anything on this, unless you wanted to outline the low, but I don't necessarily know if that's necessary. We took out buy side liquidity, so right now this is definitely looking potentially like it could be bearish. We'll have to see. This is my first time. We might be utilizing the new week opening gap, but this is like my first time like really using it on a Monday. Because if you guys watch my back testing sessions, I was basically saying that I can't use it in back testing. Like, TradingView won't allow me to use it in the replay button, and then on FX replay I am not able to use electronic trading hours and regular trading hours, so I haven't really been able to back test it. I've just been looking back on it a little bit in TradingView, but I really think not having the benefit of hindsight is more beneficial than having the benefit of hindsight, at least when you're a little bit more advanced. So we took out buy side liquidity. We are in a daily fair value gap, which I need to move over. We already established the new week opening gap. I don't know if it's the low or high yet. It's probably the low. So, and the annoying thing about the new week opening gap is that it doesn't print until 9:30, which is fine. See, like right now, okay. So in terms of my analysis right now, right? It's not very clear. We are at all-time highs, yes. We bounced off this fair value and we just took buy side liquidity, right? So because we're at all-time highs, you'd probably be thinking like, okay, this is kind of bullish. And you would be right. However, because a new week opening gap is going to open up, I would be a little bit hesitant. This is partially the reason why some traders, I think it's partially the reason why some traders don't trade on Monday, because they're not aware of the new day opening gap or how to trade the new day opening gap. So that could be potentially why a lot of people don't trade today. See, look, we don't really have, okay, going from like the 4-hour, we have this tiny fair value gap, I suppose. We can outline it, I guess. I just, they're pretty weak fair value gaps. We can outline it. I'm not confident this is going to keep going up, even though right now it's looking very bullish. But we also took buy side liquidity, and usually when price takes buy side liquidity or a old high, it likes to retrace into the range. And because it looks like new day opening gap is going to open up from here to here, that, it could be a huge significant move. So 4-hour fair value gap. I actually have some really big news to share with you guys. I'm hoping everything works out. Because with my trading thing, I might have, my plans are still to, become a profitable trader and eventually having you guys follow me through my prop challenge journey. And, but I might have some additional plans in relation to that. So, might also outline this. 4-hour fair value gap. Oops. Cap locks is on. So that's taking some time. I don't know why it's delayed when that's, yeah, there we go. Okay, so yeah, but I'm not confident I'll be putting on a trade today. Mondays are already kind of weird in and of itself, and I haven't messed around with the new day opening gap long enough to know whether it's something that I can, like, I haven't messed around it long enough to be confident in how to use it. That's just something I'll need to study more, I guess. So on the 1 hour, nothing significant. We have a strong rejection, and this could be a premium wick. So we could reference back that wick and maybe use it to trade back into the range. We do have sell side resting below here. And we do in a way have a inverse fair value gap here. So I can probably outline this, I guess. So I was thinking last night that or I should say earlier this morning, I should look at London session in Forex, because London session at Forex has some really good opportunities. I like trading London session in Forex rather than trading London session in futures. And there are opportunities in London session. Oh shoot. This was not working over the weekend. I don't Okay, so I was messing around with the settings thinking things are broken, but maybe it was just because what the heck? Why is this overlapping? Great. Alright, so I have London set to, yeah, this is wrong. This is wrong. So let's make this 5. There we go. London should be 2 to 5, not 3 to 5 or anything different. Am I okay? Am I tripping? Because where is 2 p.m. or 2 a.m. I should say? They don't have like. And then why is this all messed up? It's 8 to 12. Why are they all overlapping? I don't remember changing all this to be like this. There we go. Oh my gosh. And then New York is 7 to 11:30. Technically more like 8, but New York does start at 7, so I'll just leave it. Why does that say potential S&D day? What does that even mean? Potential S&D day? What is S&D day? What? Potential S&D day? What is an S&D? Oh, seek and destroy. Potential seek and destroy day. So it might go back and forth. Yeah, that's Mondays. But depending on where the new week opening gap is, we could. But how the heck is it figuring out whether today's going to be a seek and destroy? I think I read. I think one of the things I saw is if it's going to be a potential seek and destroy day, price will continuously refer back to the 12 a.m. open, which it is nowhere near right now, actually. And we have a lot of liquidity resting below here. We have some consolidation, and it happens to overlap with Asia and London. New York has started all the way up here. Okay, that's cool and all, but that's very distracting. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let's turn that off. Better. Okay, we have a couple minutes till open. So you guys are probably like, you stopped your analysis. Well, I didn't necessarily stop it. I'm just not, I don't know. I'm feeling like this is going to go down, but I don't know. So all my criteria still needs to be there if I'm going to take a trade utilizing the new week opening gap, and that's I need some type of sell side taken. I need some type of manipulation. I need an entry model. Those are usually everything I need, and then obviously I need to form a bias. Right now I'm thinking it's going to retrace and not continue higher today because it is a Monday. But I'm going to be slightly hesitant about putting on a trade or not. Because Mondays are known to be weird. Not all the time. Sometimes price action is very clear on Monday and it's very clear what price wants to do. But in my experience, Mondays can be a little, you should be a little bit cautious on Mondays. But, I don't know. At the end of the day, you guys should always do your own research because I'm not 100% an experienced trader. I have a lot of experience trading, but I haven't put real skin in the game just yet, even though I do have a live Forex account. So I do know what it's like to trade with real money. But I think trading such large amounts is maybe a little bit different. I don't personally think it will be different for me just because I've prepped my mind in that sort of way. And you guys are already probably thinking oh, You have no idea. Okay, sure. At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter how much money you have. You just need to do, you don't do anything different than what you're already doing. You're just risking a little bit more, or risking a part of your account based on, you know, whatever percentage you are, whatever your risk tolerance allows, essentially. Me, I'm willing to risk 0.3%, 0.5%, and 1%. If you guys watch my backtesting series, I'm actually in the process of attempting to size up, because while I can make 1 to 3% a month pretty reliably, I would say, and I have made 6% on occasions, my goal is to make 6 to 10% a month. Not every month, but I mean, if I could do that consistently a month, that would be amazing in and of itself. But I'm trying to be able to size up so I'm able to meet the requirements of these prop firms and pass my first account and get a payout. So for me, the first thing with doing that is to actually get the practice necessary to be able to operate in that manner. And that's what I'm doing on FX Replay. So stay tuned for those backtesting videos. Actually, I think I just told you guys if you saw my backtesting sessions. My bad. Those videos are not out yet, actually. But they will be coming, so please check them out. I feel that you'll learn a lot from them in terms of how I break down and do my analysis, how I break down price, how I make my decisions, how do I not make decisions, and how do I handle drawdown, how I handle, you know, break even trades, and how I handle taking profit. So I feel like more than anything, those videos are very useful. Obviously, you guys probably think this is more useful because it's on live price action, but when in those backtesting sessions, I do not have the benefit of hindsight. Not like here in TradingView where you can like knowingly rewind and, you know, pick a place, essentially knowing what already happened. On FX Replay, that's not how it works. You have no benefit of hindsight. The only thing with FX Replay is that you can control how fast time is moving forward, and you can kind of pause and set your entries and all that stuff, but that's just because FX Replay doesn't move in real time like TradingView or live trading. So, but not only that, FX Replay is a lot faster compared to TradingView or live trading that's a lot slower. So they both have their pros and cons, and I mean, quite frankly, I can make a video on this. That just gave me a good idea. Pros and cons of Forex Replay and TradingView. I like the sound of that. But yeah, guys, I have so many plans for this channel, and so many topics I want to cover. Not just educational content, not just live trading content, and not just backtesting content. I do want to make some, you know, psychology, mindset videos, and just other videos I think will be benefit to other people. But with that being said, those are the kind of videos I'll be doing. I'll be doing like educational videos. But I personally would like you guys to tell me what you want to see, because there are already a lot of videos out there, and sure, I can explain it in my way, and maybe that will allow you to understand it more than maybe how another person understood it. But I personally I would like to make videos at the request of others, so I know what people want to see, and that I can help with that, because I don't want to like make a video that already exists necessarily. So that's what I'm thinking. But I do want to make educational content teaching some of these topics in a little bit more detail. I also want to have backtesting sessions and kind of have you guys see how I use FX Replay and how my thought process using it and what I'm using it for and how to use it effectively. You know what I mean? So that's another thing. We have 2 minutes to open. So I'm actually probably going to go to regular trading hours and see where we open. My guess is we're opening up here. So I'm thinking that we're going to trade lower. But actually before that, I don't really think there's anything that big that I need to like outline. There's a lot of little fair value gaps here and there, but because I feel like this is gonna go lower rather than higher, and look, see, this is okay. This is a little fair value gap here. I really don't think it's gonna high. So I'm probably gonna watch out for an SMT here. This is on the 2 minute. I want this on the 5 minute. And S&P is a lot closer to London and Asia than NASDAQ is. So that's already kind of bearish. Because S&P is showing an unwillingness to go higher. What high is this? So they both took it, so it's not an SMT. So I'll be looking out for that. So let me go back to, where was I? I'm gonna go, oh, it's 9:30. Okay. Let's go to electronic trading hours. I knew it. So let's see here. The open is right here. That should be a ray, not a, oh my god, why is it, how did another ray open? That's so annoying. You guys can tell that I'm not used to this because I don't use rays. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's go back to regular trading hours so we can, yeah, so I had a feeling. Let's go to 5 minute. Not really an SMT being put in. Let's go to 30 minutes. So it looks like it's somewhat respecting. I think this is a volume balance, but I'm not entirely sure. So that's what's going on there. So this, I really hope I did this right. Let's go back to electronic trading hours. Yeah, no, it's a huge gap. Like, a huge inefficiency here. Price is going to want to refill that in. As you can see, gap refilled in. Gap refilled in. Gap refilled in. You know what I mean? Price likes to refill in these gaps. So, price is probably going to want to do that. So, while that's doing that, I still need to see some type of seep of liquidity. Or, speaking of which, this is wrong. Center, left, right, 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 left, middle. But why isn't this going to the... I'm so confused. Why isn't this... So this is October 6th, 2025, new week opening gap, open, and this, I don't know why it's not going all the way over here. It's like, oops, it's not, okay guys, wait. So look at this. So we haven't closed yet, right? So I'm thinking that's very, okay, so I think the tough thing about this is just gonna be like, we have a market structure shift, but we need that to close first. We need this candle to close. And I suppose I should... This is a very unorthodox way of trading. I've never actually traded like this using... I think this is it right here. So... it's rejecting off of this fair rally gap. So it looks like it held. I want to see that disrespect that fair value gap if I'm gonna believe it's gonna go lower. If it holds, I probably wouldn't take a trade because one, we could use this as an inverse, but at the same time, this would be a change in state. But it's still way too early to take a trade, so we'll just have to see maybe what price looks at like 8:45. Probably let price do its thing. For now, I'm not going to be hasty to jump in a trade. I'm going to watch this 50-minute though, because this is an inverse. Fair rally, yeah, potentially could come as far back as up here. So I could enter like, whoa. So I could enter here, put on risk here, and then this equilibrium is like right here. So I'm trying to think what this would be if I sold this. Oh, I'm not even in paper trading, guys. There we go. So if I put my sell order here, my stop order, I'm sorry, why is this? I literally just said sell limit. What the hell? Okay, there we go. And if we use our standard deviation to kind of project price, look at that. It overlaps with the equilibrium. TP here. So what is this going to be? What is this? Oops, short. Oh, it ends up being 1-to-1. That's pretty sad. So the 5-minute candle closed. Okay, it looks like I could enter here, like here. The only issue is that the 50-minute candle hasn't really closed yet, so I can't make a decision based on the 5-minute for a change in state type situation. But it's already tapped back into the change in state, so in a way you could already be in this trade. I would say if this does end up working out, this would be your earliest entry, but because I want a little bit more confirmation, I'm not willing to enter right here, because this could turn and just continue back up. So I'm just gonna sit and wait. We don't really have an SMT in play right now, so and we still have about 8 minutes, I think, until... See, look at that. That's a strong rejection. We would be very much in this trade, but we would be facing some drawdown right now. While this would be your earliest entry, I think it's also your riskiest entry. So I'm gonna go back here. I'm trying to think, how much am I willing to... Wow, that's a strong rejection. I'm trying to think how much I'm willing to lose on this. So because it's 1-to-1, I need a calculator. So gonna do some quick maths on this. 0.5 times 0.5%, which I think should be around $500. Yeah. Alright, I'll probably just do $500 for this one. So it ends up being roughly 4 contracts. Wait, yeah, 4 contracts. Wait, that's crazy. 500, it's 1-to-1. That makes sense. Okay. Oh, I didn't... okay, yeah, I'm not really willing to risk that much on this trade. So it's coming... Oh gosh, that's a strong rejection. Like, if this goes down, this would have been your best possible entry. And it looks like it is coming down, actually. But I want to see where that... Oh, shoot. Is it coming down on us, guys? Not yet. We still have a couple more minutes. If it reaches there before 4:15, then I probably won't do anything. If you'd enter the change in state, we'd probably be up a little bit right now. But I want to see it hover there and close below that inverse. I'm gonna only do a 1-to-1 on this trade because it's a little risky. But it's already a good sign that it didn't come back up to this high, so I'm hoping this high will be protected if I do end up entering this. We have 5 minutes until the close of this candle. Take a peek at what the 5-minute is doing. So it looks like it could potentially be giving you multiple entries here at this change in state here. Because we do have a really bearish candle here. But I typically like to wait until 9:45 before I make a decision, because sometimes price can fake you out. So it's best to wait. I mean, I think it depends on the circumstances. But in this case, S&P has a unwillingness to go higher. This is clearly lower. Very bearish. There's no SMT, but it's very bearish considering that we're very close to Asia and London, whereas we're pretty far away from Asia and London on NASDAQ. So this is very bearish. It's signaling weakness on S&P. If this really leaves us... I want to see it stay there until... Wait, where did my... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Three more minutes into the close of that 15-minute candle. You guys might be thinking, oh, you're waiting too long, the move's gonna leave you. Yeah, but this could easily turn and go against me as well. Mind you, I actually didn't even check if there's news today. Let's do that. It's actually one of the first things I should have did this morning, but... So, no news today. That's good. No news Monday. Huge gap. We have 2 minutes. Oh no, we might have potentially missed the opportunity. It's already moved a lot. Oh shit. This is usually a bad sign. Because it's already moved like significantly far away from our entry area, and then not only that, it's really close to our take profit. I don't know if I would enter a trade at this point. Oh crap. We might not have a trade, guys, even at 9:45. My whole chart is so messy. let's see, we took out this low, we no SMT put in. This was your earliest entry, would have been up significantly right now. I put my order in. Normally I wouldn't do this, but it could come back up potentially. Let's see, because this candle just closed now. So it could spike up, put us in, and then take us out. So let's go back to regular trading hours. Let's just take off everything. So this, this was where we opened. And we're trying to fill this in. So we have a lot of room. In fact, I could probably aim for the 50% of this. Well, that's for a 15-minute candle, I guess. 50% of this gap. No SMT put in yet. If price runs away from me, I'm not gonna be upset because I typically, Mondays are a little bit weird. I was able to like decipher it to some extent today, which is crazy. My analyses have been really on point, which I'm very happy about. So guys, if you're interested, please like and subscribe if you like all my analyses and if you're learning something from me. So you might get tapped in, but I'm kind of a little bit. S&P is still showing an unwillingness to go lower. So let's go back to the 15. Almost tapped me in. Okay, I should be tapped in now. Let's go back to regular trading hours, or electronic trading hours, I should say. Probably should bring everything back. So this is a real change in state now. We had a really bearish candle. We're disrespecting bullish PD arrays. I would want to see this tank now. And we have the benefit of time. It is 9:47 right now, which is typically a good, like, taking a trade at 9:45 is usually good because just the element of time, price should start spooling. We've had enough time to figure out whether price is going to fake us out or not. So, and we haven't hit that 50% / standard deviation area just yet. So I want to see price fall. I'm going to bring back everything that I just took off. I know there's a lot on the charts. I'm so sorry. But did you see how it stopped here? Look, it stopped at the 50% mark. The consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. And to be honest, this could be exactly at consequent encroachment if I adjust this, because sometimes I don't adjust this correctly. Okay, I adjusted this for, I think, I'm not even sure what time frame. The 4 hour? What time frame did I adjust this for? It says 4 hour, but it's clearly not 4 hour. Not 1 hour. I have no idea. $50-minute. So it's honestly just a waiting game, guys. I want to see this come back down. If it goes back up, I'm not going to be upset at it. I put on low risk for this. I'm willing to lose that amount of money on this trade. But if it does come back down and potentially close somewhere here, I might move my stop to break even. But we'll have to just see. It's still early. It's only 9:49. It would be a little bit concerning if S&P did take London low, though, because that would be a bearish SMT. But I'm hoping if that does occur, it doesn't happen until my TP is taken. I want to see what the 5-minute looks like. Okay, so a lot of entries at that inverse. Look where it hit. Look where it hit, guys. Oh my god, look where it hit. Nearly at consequent encroachment. That's actually, so when you're reading a tape, that's exactly what you want to see. You want to see price, the body stay below the 50%. It helps understand whether the order flow is bullish or bearish, and that's very bearish. None of the bodies closed above this 50-minute. It didn't even enter the 50-minute inverse fair value gap. It's very bearish. But don't be mistaken, price can change on us at any time, but I'm just talking about right now. That is very bearish. And if you guys like to see how much we're up right now, we are up $190. I'm really happy that I tested out the new week opening gap idea, because that's exactly what's happening. And seeing it like actually work in my hands really makes me want to study it more. So mind you guys, the new week opening gap is just a confluence. It is not supposed to be the gospel. It's not supposed to be something that always works and price is always going to retrace back into it. That's just not the case. So right now, I kind of want to reduce my risk. But I'm not... Okay, so I can probably reduce my risk to at least here. Or is that too risky still? Is that too early to reduce my risk? I'll just leave it for now. Ideally, I wouldn't want to see it get back up there. Let me go to 1 minute. Trying to see if we're respecting any. Yeah, see, look. Could potentially add on to this position here. I'm not really comfortable with adding on yet to positions. As you can see, look, bearish fair value gap held. Then we have another bearish fair value gap here, which seems to be holding. I kind of want to confirm this, but I'll discard it for now just because. So this is reading the tape. Wow, this is really in the way. Do I need this? I'm gonna delete this. We don't need it. It's like a 1 to 3 something. And we're gonna turn this off because can't see. But we're reading the tape. So we have this bearish fair value gap. We also have this bearish fair value gap that held. I could outline that, but it's overlapping with this 15-minute. I don't want things to get too confusing. So this is a very good sign. This came to the 50%. It overshot it, but the wicks do the damage. But the body right now is below. I like to see it stay below, because that's indicating very bearish price action. Ooh. It's only just a waiting game now, guys. It's still too close to my entry for me to move my stop to break even. I want to see it more so down here before I decide to move my stop to break even. It's too close to my entry. So my goal with this paper trading account is to get the account back to base balance of $100,000. If I got this trade, I'd be very close because then I'd only have maybe $1,000 left to go. I want to be careful because an SMT could be put in here. Because London's all the way down here compared to... So I might have to be a little bit hesitant. I might have to take some off, which is probably a little bit too early to take some off. I'm going to probably lower my risk at this point. And because we're at standard deviation 1, I might have to take off some of my position. SMT hasn't been put in yet, but it's very close. I think it is too early to take off some of my position, but just because of the nature of what I'm seeing, I might take off 2 contracts, but we'll see. I did a partial close. I made... Account history. I made $100 on that trade. Okay. I might move my thing to break even. And my reason being is that we're about to put in an SMT on S&P. And it's going to be a bullish SMT, so I don't really want to get caught off on the wrong side of that. I still have $200 left on the trade, so I won't make the full 500 because that's just the nature of taking partials, but as of right now I can't lose anything else on this trade. Okay, it looks like it just took it slightly. So at this point I'm just waiting to see if it gets down there, because it bounced off of this fair value gap already, so that could be keeping price from going lower, and then we've already been teeter-tottering around in this bearish fair value gap. By the way, if you wanted a pyramid, this would be the perfect place to do it, but because there's an SMT put in, SMT was just put in, we took London low, we didn't take London low from here. So right now it could be very, very... I could continue to take partials off of this just because I'm not as confident in this, in whether this trade's gonna work out. We just had a bullish SMT put in. So maybe if we come back into this fair value gap, I'll probably take one more contract off. So we'll see. But I'm not really that married to this trade anymore, just because I already moved it to break even. And let's make sure it's at break even this time. It says 0. So we'll see. Not married to this trade as much anymore because I already got some of my trade out of it. I already took a partial and my stop is at break even. Bullish SMT is put in, so I'm a little bit more hesitant about this trade, which is why I moved my stop to break even and why I took a partial off of that trade. And you're probably wondering, why did I take a partial here? Well, this is first standard deviation and it's bounced off it multiple times, so that's why I took that's why I took half of my contracts off. And as you can see, we're kind of disrespecting this a little bit. This might be the first time we really close in this upper portion of this fair value gap. So ideal case scenario is here, but you have to be aware because it did take sell side here and it wasn't a 4-hour fair value gap. In all honesty, and then if you were trying to be bullish on this inverse fair value gap right here, so this could be going back up, and we had an SMT put in. So I mean, and then interestingly, what if this really did end up going up, because it's still early, it's only 10 o'clock now. We could inverse this fair value gap and trade up, but I'd be a little bit hesitant. Okay, see, look at that. That's very bullish. But I actually am interested in the inverse of this trade. If this does end up going up, could I potentially buy this? I don't really like switching my buy. So look, I'm about to be taken out. I'm gonna actually do one more partial close. Although that's nothing. Because, like, if I'm gonna get taken out, I might as well get something off of it. And there we go. We're taken out. I'm sorry, why am I still losing money? Oh. What the hell? Okay. Yeah. But we just inverse this. So now I'm kind of like, we could buy this now. And I'm not really sure what. I'm kind of hesitant to jump back in so quickly though. It's really tanking. Imagine if it went lower now. Okay, guys, I'm not gonna buy this. And a lot of you could be like, why did you move your stop to break even? Why did you do that? Here's the thing, right? I entered from all the way up here. It's been chopping, kind of. To me, it doesn't make it moving your stop to break even in these kind of conditions is just best practice. And we don't honestly know what it's going to do right now. It's been teeter-tottering in this area. But, I mean, not the most optimal day, but I did make something on today. I'm not sure whether to end this here or not. I'm not confident that I'm going to take another trade. Excuse me. We disrespected this inverse fair value gap, or this bearish fair value gap, I should say. We traded through it, then we traded back below it, and now we're kind of just, because I already got something off of this trade and today's Monday anyways, I'm not really that sure I want to take another trade on this. There is still a bullish SMT. As of right now, we kind of did inverse this bearish fair value gap as well, and it's only 10, so this could be a legitimate trade, but I'm just not that confident, and I don't know. See, as you can see, it's like really big candles, back and forth, back and forth. Right now the signals are screaming bullish, but we're kind of sandwiched between multiple fair value gaps as well, which is pretty unideal. You can kind of see where price has been teeter-tottering. This 15-minute fair value gap, this 1-hour fair value gap, and this 1-minute fair value gap. Just been teeter-tottering, seek and destroy, seek and destroy. And honestly, this could go up. I wouldn't care, because right now the conditions aren't looking, they're looking a little bit, how do I put this? uncertain, I guess. But I will say, if you would long this, you would still be protected right now. It could keep going up, but I'm not really interested in this anymore because it's just chopping around. So I'm really debating if I should end the stream here, just because I don't think I'm necessarily interested in taking another trade. I think whatever next trade I take could potentially be lower probability, even though I do recognize that bullish opportunity there. I don't know if I'm willing to risk my capital in conditions like this. But if this were to go up, standard deviation saying it could reach as high as here. I mean, on all-time high markets, it could potentially definitely get up there. If we, in a hypothetical scenario, you would have longed it from here. Stop would be down here or here, but probably here. And then you could have even targeted like old highs, which is London highs, which would have been a nice 1 to 2, nearly 1 to 3, or you could just target standard deviation. It's better to target real highs because you know that it could definitely get there. But as you can see, it's teeter-tottering between the 50-minute, the 1-minute fair value gap. None of these have actually even traded above consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. And it's just a lot of back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. In fact, you can actually also, I think there's also an SMT here to here. There's also one down below with London session. It's very bullish. To be honest though, I would probably, if I were going to buy this, which I probably won't, I would probably have to wait for price to trade above this and then maybe inverse this fair value gap here. Or we go above it, we come back into it, and we get maybe some type of sweep, and then I'd probably be interested in getting into this then. Just because it's teeter-tottering there, it's very low probability, so you want to wait for signs in price where it's showing its hand, essentially. And right now, the conditions right now are just terrible. Not optimal, low probability. These last few days, the Friday and thing, I've only been making a little bit. I definitely want to get some big wins, but the conditions just haven't been that favorable. So potentially tomorrow we'll see what the results are. Haven't faced any major losses yet, but I know that they could always come at any time. That's just a risk we take on as traders. Definitely want to do some more back testing. I might potentially do some back testing today. Actually it's not even a matter of I should. So as you can see, it came back into this fair value gap again. If it wants to go up, it could potentially be doing a liquidity sweep to grab liquidity to give it the power to go through that 15-minute fair value gap, because as you can see, we've been respecting it. So price just might need a little bit more juice to like push through that and get through that. But right now it's a lot of back and forth, low probability, don't know what's happening situation. So I'm actually happy that I got out when I did, because I don't know if I'd want to be sitting through all this back and forth. And all the confluences right now are screaming at me that it's very bullish. So I'm not really sure what the play is going to be right now. Not NASDAQ. S&P definitely has is showing an unwillingness to go higher. It's been mostly bearish looking. It keeps saying that today is potentially seek and destroy day. So we'll just have to see what happens. Oh, it's going down. That's actually really crazy. Okay, so see why I wasn't interested in this. It's a lot of back and forth. We were giving bullish signals, but now it's trading down lower. And honestly, it would be kind of crazy if it actually ended up hitting my standard deviation. But let's not get ahead of ourselves here, because we still have this 4 hour. It could be coming down to grab these relatively equal lows here to give it the momentum to go higher. It's a lot of back and forth right now. We don't really know what's going on. We just have to wait for some definitive signals and price, but this S&P is not looking very bullish right now. So it would be very unfortunate if it did actually go down and hit my TP that I originally had, but because I trailed my stop very aggressively, I got taken out. But quite frankly, even if this trade does work out, I'm not going to be necessarily upset at it, because I understood that the conditions were just a little bit weird. Like, think about it. I would have been chopping all through this right now. I kind of second guessing, like, as you guys see, I've been doing, but I'm not in the trade, so it doesn't really, I'm just kind of like considering all the case scenarios and kind of looking at the signals and price that show that price wants to do something or not do something. So yeah, so we'll just have to see what happens, essentially. So as of right now, I grabbed liquidity. S&P also took internal liquidity. We don't have any bearish fair value gaps on the 1 minute necessarily. We have that really tiny one, the tiny one here, but I highly doubt it's gonna really stop price if price wants to go higher. Your stop would have been here, so as of right now, you would be protected. It's really pushing. So it's really pushing back up. So I'm just hanging around for you guys, because I'm just kind of letting you know how I'm seeing what is happening currently. In these conditions, especially since it's already 10:13, price hasn't really given me a reliable signal of that it wants to go down, that it wants to go up, because if we're thinking of it from a bullish standpoint, we still have SMTs put in place. We just took sell side liquidity from these relative equal lows. We pushed up. For me to be more so bullish, we would need to push through this 15-minute fair value gap and then go up. Right now, I'm seeing a lot of contradictory signals in price. I would say, as of right now, if I had to pick a direction to go right now, I would be more bullish, just because we have a lot more confluences working within our favor. But right now, I would need to see price go through this 15-minute fair value gap for me to really seal the deal, and that hasn't been confirmed yet. So I'm not interested in selling or buying or whatever right now. And even if this did go down and head to my TP at this point, it would probably already be gone. I wouldn't have a chance to re-enter, and quite frankly, I don't think re-entering would make sense. So I don't know how long I'm gonna stay with you guys. I'm thinking maybe until 11 potentially, and then if nothing happens by 11, I'm probably going to be out, and something could potentially happen. The market could fall 100 points, it could rise 100 points. I wouldn't care, because I don't really see anything on price right now. So, and I'm not really looking to re-enter the market anytime soon. So, that's just me right now. Not much happening really. A lot of back and forth, a lot of back and forth. So, we'll just have to see what happens. We'll have to. I'm not sure. I think I might have to end this early, guys. We're getting a lot of bullish indication from S&P finally, because we've been only getting like bearish signals from S&P. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna cut the stream short today. Not the stream, the video, my bad. I'm gonna cut the video short today just because I don't think I'm gonna take another trade. And, so I don't want you guys to sit here and be bored thinking that there's gonna be action. There's probably not gonna be. So I will see you guys tomorrow. If you liked what you saw, if you liked how I handled price, broke down and read price, please, please, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and just stay tuned for my journey. Oh, it's going up now. Oh, wait. Is something happening? I literally just said I'm getting off the charts, and then this happens. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Anyways, yeah. So don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have more clear setups. Peace. I hope you have a great day.